Ray.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening.
Morning to War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
I am I.
Tell me. Do you bleed?
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
So it's been a while.
It's been a little while, yeah.
It has been a while, but it is another episode of the Following the Nerd live show.
Yay!
It's a Thursday night.
Yes, and a highly requested Following the Nerd show as well.
Yeah, people on Twitter and Facebook actually asking, right lads, where's the show?
Even on YouTube.
Yeah.
On my YouTube channel as well, people are going, when are you doing another FTN show? Come on.
Yeah.
Me and my son listen to it all the time.
Isn't it really nice though? Even if one person says, yeah, I missed the show.
That's what we do it for.
Isn't it though, honestly?
Yeah. Now, if the one person that does say make another show is a radio producer who's listening in...
Yeah, that's even better.
Just saying, we're available. Our price range is fairly affordable.
Yeah, like anything.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so we have a lot of stuff to catch up on. We've too much stuff to catch up on, so we're going to just talk about some of the big stuff. Of course, we've just come off the back of SDCC as well.
Yes, and any of the stuff we don't talk about tonight, there you go, slow that down. That's everything.
That's all
else.
in there.
All right?
That's all in there.
Or otherwise known as www.followingthenerd.com.
So as always, not as always, because we don't do anything tonight. But tonight, I am your host. I'm Mark, and with me is the one, the only. Vote Saxon 07.
Yes, that's me. Hi.
Mr. Saxon, Mr. Stephen McCullough, how are you?
Yeah.
It's been forever.
It has.
I feel like I haven't seen you in months.
But the weird thing is, it feels like 5 minutes ago since the last show too, because I've just been flat out.
Yeah.
I'm just constantly making videos and doing that whole living my life thing as well, which is
balls
weird.
to that.
I don't like that.
No.
Like, I prefer just, sitting... I wish I was back in the days of just sitting in my underpants playing Xbox games, Like, what happened?
I know.
Stupid real life.
Two quick things before we go, because two big things that have happened since the last time we did the show. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Or Far From Home.
Or Far From Home, sorry.
Yeah, because Homecoming was 2 years ago.
Aye.
Just that's been a while since
It's been a while.
the last show, if that's the last Spider-Man one that came out. Yeah, I thought it was alright.
I thought it was alright.
I enjoyed it. Very, very slow at the start.
Yeah.
Like, the first half of it is... It's very much going down that route of the ultimate 1980s teen drama sort of thing, like a real proper John Hughes movie. It's kind of like what if Ferris Bueller had his day off in Venice, or anything like that, or like if the Breakfast Club had detention in Madrid. But it's good. I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
He was the best thing about it.
He was the best thing about it when he was in it.
Yeah.
I don't think he got enough to do. It's kind of the same thing as most ones, and what I really enjoy is what they do with his character in the movie. Mm-hmm. And obviously, spoilers. I'm sure people have seen it by now. But I think you could have done more with him. Okay. And with his character and his relationship, especially with Peter Parker.
Yeah. Because
they set up this really awesome twist, and when it happens, you're kind of like, eh.
I know. The thing about him too is that while you're learning about the character and before he becomes the big bad, he is an interesting character, and then once he becomes the big bad, it's very interesting as well. And the whole thing about it was, I was looking forward to maybe being in the Sinister Six, but the more I think about it, what else is he going to do? Because they kind of established at the end of it that Spider-Man can see through his illusions now because he has his Peter Tingle.
Pretty much, yeah.
So...
By the way...
I know. Still no, Aunt May could talk to me about my Peter Tingle anytime.
Yeah. Well, that's tough on the old web shooter, alright.
It is alright. But once you know what his trick is, there's not much to him.
No, not overly. I mean, sure, Mysterio was kind of like that in the comics anyway. Because in the original run of the comics, he was like a stuntman sort of performer, kind of like behind the scenes, so all his effects were practical. Yeah. Whereas in today's modern society, of course it's drones, of course it's holograms and projections.
It was. I did like how they updated it though. I did like how they interpreted his illusions and stuff.
But at the same time, you're painting yourself into a corner because where else do you go from here?
Yeah. But I did like it. I don't know if you've seen Midnight's Edge's video about why the movie is so different than...
Yes, I have. It's certainly been an eye-opener as well. Like, for example, why MJ is so different from
Yeah.
how she is in the comics, why Aunt May isn't this old kind of, octogenarian character.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? That's such a weird deal to have.
It
because
is.
obviously if Sony take the rights back from Marvel again, they start making their own Spider-Man movies. If Marvel have made your stereotypical Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
they can't use any of those aspects. They'll be locked and frozen.
Yeah.
So that's why you're getting all these weird new characters.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like, I grew up reading Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, and, to me, Spider-Man was always this kid who gets the shit kicked out of him and just muscles his way through it,
Yeah.
I don't feel we've had that with this Peter Parker.
You get examples of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Homecoming, the obvious sequence is whenever he lifts the
when he
building,
cries,
he lifts
yeah.
the roof off himself.
Yeah.
In this one, it's whenever he has to finally rediscover his spider sense.
Yes.
Not Peter Tingle.
Not Peter
For
Tingle.
God's sake.
Hashtag no Peter Tingle.
Hashtag against Peter Tingle. Easy now.
Hashtag, oh my god, how hot is Marissa's way though.
Oh my God. What?
like 54?
Did she find the fountain of youth?
She just gets so much more gorgeous every time you see her. Anyway.
Like what is this? Death becomes her. Like
don't
that.
know.
But yeah, it's an okay movie. It just. Do you remember whenever the deal first went through, and they were like, "It's coming home, Spider-Man's coming home," and he had his homecoming. Leading up to that movie, we were going, "Yes, Marvel have got their hands on the character. We're going to see a proper Spider-Man for once," and it's just kind of
Not proper
been
Spider-Man.
kind
Yeah.
of thrown by the wayside,
Yeah.
and like there's little moments of genius in it. Like the second half of the movie is probably the closest thing to like the Raimi Spider-Man movies that we've had. I love Mysterio's little nightmare sequence that he
Yeah,
puts
it's really
Peter
good,
through.
yeah.
Honestly, you could, like, whenever the Blu-ray comes out or whenever the digital download comes out or whatever the kids are watching these days, hit pause at any time in those sequences. That's a comic book splash panel.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Like the bit where he's smashing through, like it's like a window or something he gets smashed through, and like all the little splinters are kind of like coming out in slow motion. Like Mysterio creates like the hallway of his high school, like that.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Beautiful
really good.
stuff. But obviously, just you need a little bit of substance with your spectacle, and this just lacked it.
Yeah. And talking about the whole, I really like Zendaya, right? I'm a big fan of Zendaya. I think she's a
Yeah.
great actress. And I really like her character in this. She's not MJ.
Well, no,
and
she's
it's not
not.
because she's black or anything else. I have no issues with her being MJ, but she's not MJ.
Well, MJ in the comics that I read, anyway, I think I read Ultimate Spider-Man whenever I was growing up. MJ was kind of like this goofy, kind of vacuous model character.
Yeah.
And like this MJ shares way more character traits with Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they have that similar sort of relationship going on. Like
I do
even-
like her character. I really liked her in this movie.
Yeah.
I
but
really
she's-
liked her in this
Like
movie.
she's just not. She's not
She's
MJ.
just not
like,
MJ, you
like,
know?
like create your own original character if
Yeah.
you want to do this, or I don't know what else you could do with it, but like for me with the Sam Raimi movies, whenever Kirsten Dunst played her, I think that was a better kind of representation of her
Yeah.
because she was kind of caught up with the whole I'm the hottest chick in school sort of aspect, and then whenever she gets into the real world, she's like, well, why is nobody appreciating me as an actor? Like, why can't I be on stage and sing, and yet Spider-Man gets to go off and be a hero sort of a thing. That kind of, to me, is more Mary Jane Watson than this. And she's not even called Mary Jane Watson. She's Michelle Jones.
Yeah, which that threw me off. Like, I'm still not sure. Is she the MJ?
I don't think she
Or
is.
is she?
See, they want to eat their cake and have it too.
Yeah.
They want to have a character that's called MJ. But obviously, because of the Sony and Marvel deal, they can't go with Mary Jane Watson in your standard representation of the character. So instead you get this weird, almost bastardized version where it's not quite Mary Jane, it's not quite Gwen Stacy, it's not quite Liz Allen, it's kind of like a combination of the three.
All of them, yeah. Of course, the big cameo at the end. J.K. Simmons was back as J. Jonah Jameson.
Take all my money.
Which was amazing.
Take
But
all my money.
again, splintering off from what we just talked about, he hadn't got the signature hair, he has the bald head.
Yes.
A part of J.J. Jameson has always been the flat top. The Daily Bugle seems to be like a
clickbait
Prison
website
Planet
kind of
sorta
thing.
Yeah, Alex
'cause
Jones kind of.
It's the dailybugle.net.
Yeah,
It's
and
not .com.
that again, this is the whole thing where it can be called J.J. Jameson, but it's not really J.J. Jameson.
Do you know what? In this circumstance, I'll let that slide.
Okay.
I like this representation of J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like with ourselves, we've worked in the newspaper industry. Print is dead.
Yeah.
As said by Dr. Spangler a long time ago. He was so on the money then. It's happening now. And what else do you do with J. Jonah Jameson?
I know.
Like in an ideal world, if someone for some reason got drunk enough to hand me the keys to the kingdom and said, "Okay, here's your take on a Spider-Man movie, make it." What I would do with J. Jonah Jameson is I would have him be younger. I would have him be a complete dick, and he's running a BuzzFeed type website.
Yeah.
Where like he'll go like, okay, or like a TMZ type website. Like that's how I would update it. But I like what they're doing with this, where like they've turned him into Alex Jones.
They've turned him into Alex Jones. Having said that,
They're putting chemicals in the water. They're making the frogs gay.
The frogs are gay.
Send me pictures of Spider-Man.
actually something to the gay frogs thing you should look into. It's actually quite interesting.
Oh, for God's sake, they got you as well.
No. It's it's not exactly. Anyway, no, I'm not
They're
going to
making
get
the
into it.
frogs gay.
Google it.
Okay, Google gay frogs. That'll end well.
The end of it, the end of it, we're getting calls from France. The end of it, to me, kind of got rid of this whole, the potential of a Peter Parker working for the Daily Bugle, get me photos of Spider-Man. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, again, in an ideal world, I would have had it be this BuzzFeed TMZ thing.
Yeah.
Where like a younger J. Jonah Jameson is kind of like slamming his fist on the desk and not saying, I want pictures of Spider-Man. Get me more pictures of Spider-Man. I want incriminating videos of Spider-Man. I want this, that, and the other. And that plays the interesting dynamic with Peter Parker as a character. We're clearly not getting that from this because it's like J. Jonah Jameson is, for all we know, he's run this out of the basement of his house.
Yeah.
You know, it just looks like...
I just love the idea of J. Jameson just doing the radio show and he's like, "Shut up, Ma!"
No, not even that. He's a wife, he has kids.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And he kisses them goodbye and he says, "Oh, goodbye, sweetheart. Like, have a good day at work. Have a nice day at school, kids. Bye." He shuts the front door, straightens his tie, walks nonchalantly down to the basement, sits at his green screen. "Spider-Man's a menace!"
Just screams at the
loses his
microphone.
mind for about a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sits and edits it, uploads it, comes back up in time for the kids and the mom coming home.
Yeah.
"Well, how was your day, dear?" Yeah.
Sits down and watches
fine,
episode of
yeah.
Friends.
Yeah.
Right, the other big thing was, of course, Stranger Things Season 3.
Yes.
Which I really liked. It was really good.
I liked it up until the ending. I hated the ending.
The sort of post-credit scene
No, the ending itself.
where they
Nonsense.
left the town and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, oh, God.
Look, can I tell you, right? I loved Stranger Things Season 1 is one of my all-time favourite seasons of anything that ever happened in the whole history of the world, ever, right?
Rightly so, yeah.
Season 2 was crap.
Yes, it was.
I don't remember a single thing of a Season 2.
The only thing I remember, and this tells you how bad it is the one episode where they were like, "Let's see if we can set up 11 and the Sinister Six."
Yeah.
Like, let's give 11 her own spin-off series.
Yeah, because we watched a recap, one of those YouTube, it was actually one made by the Stranger Things guys, and the kids narrated it, like what happened in Stranger Things Season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And we sat down and watched it, and I watched it because my kids are big fans of it. We all sat down and watched it before we started watching Season 3. And we were like, "Oh, Season 1, this happened." We're like, "Yeah, remember that, Season 1, this happened, yeah, this one." Season 2, this happened. We're like, "No, don't remember that." Season 2, this happened. Yeah, no, don't remember that either. Because it was just not memorable.
No, it wasn't.
And I get the feeling that Season 3 is kind of going to be like that as well. I really enjoyed it, but I just don't... The first season felt like something important and something new.
Yeah.
Season 2 and 3 haven't had that.
No, the thing is, as Stranger Things has gone on, they've really leaned on the nostalgia factor as a crutch.
Yeah.
And I think that is where it fails.
Yeah, it's almost too much now.
It doesn't put storytelling first. It puts, remember the 80s? It puts that first.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally a scene in it where the characters are running away from the bad guys and have to hide somewhere, so they hide in the cinema. They literally play a scene from Back to the Future, and not only that, they have the score from Back to the Future.
Which worked wonderfully.
Yeah. But still, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree.
It's like watching the new Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
You're not feeling the warm, fun, happy times because oh my god, look what's happening on the screen. It's because they're playing Leia's theme in a really heightened emotional way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing that's happening with Stranger Things. Like, the first episode alone is 11 and, what do you call the other girl?
Oh,
See what I mean?
Max.
Max.
Is it Max?
Yeah, Max. Yeah, like the two of them go out shopping.
Yeah.
Like Max